seat. We've all got to have a seat.
Yeah.
Go ahead and sit your chair
No,
down
this
so we can
was
all listen to the story.
all right, hold on. I'll tell you the story of the Molotov cocktail. It works better with visuals, but I don't. Um, I'll try my best to
Just
verbally
says a
describe.
Okay,
All
here we
right.
go.
So yeah, so the how did I have a Molotov cocktail without real? Well, I'll tell you. So, good buddy of mine was back in town after college one time or whatever, so we decided to hang out, and we were bored. So like, what are we gonna do? Well, there was this park called Great Falls near where we lived, and it was nighttime. We thought, well, hey man, let's go climb some rocks. We're like, it's too dark. We'll need to make a torch or something. So it's like, all right, we'll make a torch. So how are we gonna? Well, we'll find a stick there, but we'll need something to light it. So we found some like old T-shirts or whatever in his house, and I found a glass bottle. Right, put like a little bit of some lighter fluid or gasoline in it. Figured that's what we'd use to make the torch. So we get in this old car I was driving at the time, and we start driving out there. And of course, I have the worst sense of direction in the world, even though I've been there like 100 times. So I'm driving down this road, and I think my right turn's coming up, so I get in the right lane, and there were two police cars that had pulled somebody over in that lane. And as I'm driving toward them, I realized like, oh, it's not the right lane, so I just swerved back onto the into the other lane. Well, I guess to one of the cops or whatever, it looked like I was trying to mess with them or something because it was close to midnight. Like I'm driving toward them and then just like turn the lane last second. So sure enough, like the lights come on or whatever, and you have to think like when sometimes when we would go out to just do some random stuff just because we're stupid, we'd like get into character. So we like had like mud we had put on our faces and everything for this like Lord of the Flies rock climbing expedition we're doing. And I had kind of like long shaggy hair at the time. So when the cop pulls us over, like we just look highly suspect, all right? Like I got mud war paint on my face and all this stuff, and he was just like, "Have you guys been drinking?" And I was like, "No, sir, officer." And he's like, "Can I see your license and registration?" Well, at the time when you were able to take your license pictures, nobody like really cared. This was like pre 9/11, I guess, or whatever. So when I just got my new license picture, and when I got the picture taken, I accidentally had my eyes closed, and so the guy who was taking the picture, the DMV, was like, "Oh, we'll have to take another." I said, "Well, okay, should I smile?" Or he said, "You do whatever you want." So I made this stupid face, right, with like rolling my eyes back and like opening my mouth up all crazy. So when I tried to explain to the cop when I gave him my license, like, "Hey, I know this looks like really stupid, but and so he's like, "Could you step out of the car, please?" Right? So like I get out of the car and I'm trying to explain to him what was happening and why it was a misunderstanding, and he's like, "You seem really nervous, right now. Are you?" And I was like, "I am nervous. I don't want to get in trouble for nothing." And he was like, and as he points the car, his flashlight in the car, my friend had wrapped up that little glass bottle with the lighter fluid like with a t-shirt, and kind of if we had just left the glass bottle in the cup holder, it would have just looked like a normal drink, right? But he figured, but instead, he had kind of left it under the seat, and the cop's like, "What's that?" And my friend's like, "Oh, this is nothing," and starts to unravel it, and the cop comes over to the other side, picks it up. Now I had never heard the term Molotov cocktail before. Okay, and so I thought the cop was like, "This is a mighty strong cocktail you have here," and I was like, "It's not alcohol. We haven't been drinking." And my friend's like, "Hey, it's not a bomb," and I was like, "A bomb? What are you talking about? A bomb? You think we have a bomb?" And he was like, "All right, you guys need to sit here. I'm calling for backup." Right? So he made us. So we sit in the car, and he goes back to, I guess, run our IDs or whatever, and I'm talking to my friend. I was like, "Look, man, you don't think we're gonna get like in trouble for this?" And he was like, "Oh no, it's not. Well, I hope not, right?" Well, the cop was taking forever, right, to come back. We were sitting in the car waiting for like 15, 20 minutes, and I got really bored, and I had a guitar in my back seat. So I got outside the car to ask the cop if I could just play some guitar while we were waiting, and I guess that made him really nervous because when I started walking, he's like, "Hey, get back in the car, put your hands where I can see them." I was like, "Hey, is it okay if I just play some guitar while we're waiting?" And the cop just like, "Play some guitar?" Like, so I guess he thought it was going to be like, have you ever seen that movie Desperado or something? It's like, what's in the guitar case? It's like it's secretly a machine gun or something. I don't know. So I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." So I go back, sit in the car or whatever. And then the police officer comes over, and I guess after talking to us a little bit, he realized we really weren't dangerous. We were just, a couple of stupid young guys or whatever. And so he was like, okay, look, because I found this, I'm going to need to search your car. So if there's anything in here, tell me about it now. Otherwise, you guys are free to go. And I was like, no, that's fine. Search, there's nothing in here to be worried about. So we just sat on the curb while I searched the car. Now, he never searched the trunk, which I'm really surprised about, but I realized late I had this book in the trunk called Secrets of the Ninja. And had he found that book, I'm sure he would have been like, all right, that's it. You guys are way too suspicious. You're coming in with me right now. I found a book. It was called Secrets of the Ninja. You guys had mud paint all over your faces, and you're driving around with like a Molotov cocktail. But he never found Secrets of the Ninja, and so we were free to go. And so we just ran around in the woods. We made our torches, and we climbed some rocks till like 1 a.m. And then I had a good story about how we got pulled over with a Molotov cocktail.
Oh,
so
the moral of the story is that you are the Beverly Hills Ninja.
Right. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Oh man, so hopefully you enjoyed story time with yeah, I am the Beverly Hills Ninja.